The Mirage's slot floor at 2:47 a.m. sounds like a migraine feels. 3,000 machines, all chiming different notes. No rhythm, just noise layered on noise until your brain stops trying to separate it. 15 years I've walked this carpet. 15 years of that sound. You'd think I'd be used to it. I'm not. Nobody is. We just pretend better than the tourists. I'm watching camera 47, third bank of Wheel of Fortune machines, near the north cage, because Dimitri flagged it 20 minutes ago. Something off, he said over the radio. Dimitri's been pit security for 8 years. When Dimitri says something's off, I pay attention, even if I can't see what he's seeing yet. The woman at machine 12 hasn't moved in 17 minutes. I've been counting. Her hands on the spin button, those big red buttons that light up, make you want to press them, whole psychological thing the manufacturers spend millions designing, but she's not pressing it, not moving, just staring at the reels. They're not even spinning. The screen's showing her last result, triple bar, cherry, triple bar. 40-cent loss. She's got maybe $6 left in credits. Dispatch to Reno, I say in my radio. That's me. Reno. Real name's Gerald Novak, but nobody's called me Gerald since my mom died in 2019. You still seeing weird on 47? Dimitri says, he does that. Slips into Russian when he's focused. She's not blinking, boss. I'm watching her eyes. Not blinking. I'm already moving. Down the supervisor's platform. We call it the crow's nest, even though it's only 8 feet up, just enough to see over the banks of machines. Past the blackjack pit where Jesse's dealing to 3 guys in Cowboys jerseys. Jesse catches my eye. 22 years old, UNLV student, working nights to pay for her psychology degree. Wants to understand why people gamble. I could tell her, they don't know either. She raises an eyebrow. I shake my head. Nothing yet. The slot floor's never empty. That's the whole point. The Mirage pumps in oxygen. Not enough to be illegal, just enough to keep you awake, and keeps the temperature at exactly 68 degrees year-round. The same lighting at 3 p.m. as 3 a.m. People lose track. That's what we count on. Literally. Last month's casino revenue was $47 million. I know because they tell us that in the security briefings. Make us feel like we're protecting something important. I'm passing the high-limit room, roped off, different carpet, like that matters when I hear Dimitri again. Reno, another one. Machine 23, same bank. I stop. Look back at camera 47's coverage area. The woman at 12 still hasn't moved. Now there's a guy at 23, Hawaiian shirt, cargo shorts, that tourist uniform, and he's doing the same thing. Hand on the button. Not pressing. Not moving. His wife's next to him at 24, playing normally, hasn't noticed yet. She's feeding in a 20. The machine's eating it. Always eating. Medical. I ask. Maybe stroke. Dimitri sounds uncertain. He's never uncertain. But 2 at once. I'm moving faster now. Past the poker room. Texas Hold'em tables, $1 to $2 blinds. 6 players grinding it out like they do every night. And I'm thinking about the last time we had a medical emergency. Guy had a heart attack at a craps table. Paramedics took 11 minutes. He died waiting. His dice were still on the table. Show boxcars. Snake eyes. I remember thinking that was appropriate. I don't think like that usually. The strip does something to you. The woman at machine 12 is maybe 60. Floral print blouse from Macy's. I can see the tag sticking out at the neck. White capris. Sensible shoes. Her purse is in her lap. One of those big canvas totes that says World's Best Grandma. She's got $6.50 in credits showing. The machine's a penny slot, but she's been betting max lines. 90 cents a spin. She could get maybe 7 more spins out of her credits. Mom. I touch her shoulder. Light. We're trained. Never grab. Never startle. Ma'am, are you okay? She doesn't respond. Her eyes are open, staring at the screen. The reels aren't moving, but I swear, and I know this sounds wrong, I swear she's seeing them spin. Her pupils are dilated. Not drugs dilated. Something else. They're huge. Almost no iris visible. Just black. Her hand still on the spin button. Ma'am, I need you to look at me. I'm crouching down, getting in her line of sight. Can you hear me? Nothing. Her chest is moving. She's breathing. Pulse in her neck is visible. Too fast. Like she's running a marathon, sitting still. Dimitri, call paramedics to the north slot floor, near cage 3, and give me another guard. We might need to. The woman's hand spasms. Slams down on the spin button. The reel starts spinning. That sound, like a helicopter blade. The screen lights up, flashing. Gold coins raining down in the animation. Her credits, $6.50. After this spin, $5.60. Her face doesn't change. She's still staring, still not blinking. The reels stop. Cherry, blank, cherry. Nothing. The machine plays its lost sound. That descending tone, the sound of disappointment. She doesn't react. Her hand hits the button again. Ma'am, I need you to stop playing, and she hits it again and again. 3 spins in 10 seconds. Her credits are draining. $5.60, $4.70, $3.80. She's not winning, just losing. Faster than usual. Max bet every time. Behind me, I hear someone else. Excuse me? Excuse me, my husband won't. I turn. The guy in the Hawaiian shirt at machine 23. His wife standing next to him, pulling at his arm. He's not moving either. Same glazed stare. Same huge pupils. Same hand on the spin button. Same thing. Sir. His wife's voice is climbing. Sir, this isn't funny. We need to get back to the hotel. The kids are. He hits the button. The reels spin. He loses. Hits it again. Ma'am, step back, please, I say. I'm keying my radio. Dimitri, we've got 2 confirmed medical events. Where are my paramedics? And I need Jessie to close her table and come. Reno, Dimitri's voice is wrong. Tight. You need to see camera 51. Right now, camera 51 is the main slot floor. The big room. 2,000 machines. I look up at the nearest camera, point at the woman's mouth, stay with her. Then I'm running, back toward the crow's nest. I can see the main floor from there. See everything. I'm halfway there when the sound changes. You know how slot machines make noise constantly? That random chiming? Individual machines hitting, paying out, making their little songs? It's chaos. Beautiful chaos if you're the casino. Annoying chaos if you're me. The chaos is organizing. I hear it before I understand it. The chimes are syncing up. Not all of them. Maybe 30 machines. Then 50. Then 100. All hitting their spin cycles at the same time. Same rhythm. Then the stops. All together. Then the lost sounds. All together. Wah wah wah. Then the spin buttons again. I'm at the crow's nest. Dimitri's standing at the monitors. All 15 screens. He's not looking at me. Just pointing. The main floor. There are maybe 400 people out there. Friday night, Saturday morning now. Good crowd. Post-dinner. Pre-drunk. That sweet spot where people still have money and haven't admitted they're going to lose it all yet. 80 of them aren't moving right. Same pose. Hand on button. Eyes on screen. Not moving except to hit the button. Again. 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 All together now. When did this start? My voice sounds far away. 5 minutes ago. Just one by one. Like dominoes. Dimitri's hand is shaking. I've never seen Dimitri's hand shake. Reno, what is this? I don't answer. I'm watching camera 33. The poker room. One of the players at the $1 to $2 table. Older guy, trucker cap, flannel shirt, he's standing up. Walking away from the table. His chips are still there. Maybe $400. He's walking toward the slots. He sits down at an empty machine. Feeds in a $100 bill. The machine eats it. Credits show up. 100.00. He's playing dollars. Not pennies. His hand hits the button. His eyes go dark. Call Metro, I say. And CDC. And who do you call for this? Who handles this? Handles what? Dimitri asks. I can't answer. Because I don't know what this is. I just know it's spreading. On camera 47, the grandmother is still playing. Her credits, $0. The machine's asking if she wants to insert more money. Her hand is still hitting the button. Nothing happens. The machine needs money. She's not moving to get her wallet. Her hand just keeps hitting the button. Empty clicks. Again, again, again. Paramedics arrive at 3:14 a.m. Two of them, young guys, probably new to strip calls. Metro PD shows up right behind them. Officer Trang. I know her. She works Casino District. We've handled fights together. Drunk tourists. The usual. What have we got, Novak? She's already scanning the floor. Cup eyes. Sees the pattern before I explain it. Medical emergency. Multiple subjects. Look, I don't know what they're doing. They won't stop playing. Won't respond. It's spreading. She looks at me. Spreading how? I point at camera 33. That guy walked in healthy 30 minutes ago. Played poker. Then walked to a slot machine and look at him. The trucker cap guy is still playing. Been playing for 27 minutes straight. His credits, $0. He's hitting the empty machine. Click, click, click. His wife found him 10 minutes ago. She's crying, pulling his arm. He doesn't notice. How many? 147. Dimitri's been counting. Of course he's been counting. 15 minutes ago was 80. Before that was 50. Trang's radio is already up. This is Unit 23. I need a supervisor at the Mirage, main casino floor. We got shit, I don't know what we've got. Mass casualty? Multiple medical emergencies? Just send everyone. The paramedics are trying to treat the grandmother. One of them's checking her vitals. Pulse is 140. BP is 180 over 110. Pupils fixed and dilated. She's not responding to verbal commands or painful stimuli. He pinches her arm. Hard. She doesn't flinch. Just keeps hitting the button. I've never seen anything like this. Drugs, maybe, but all of them at once. Same symptoms. The paramedic shakes his head. We need a transport. Multiple transports. I'm calling for backup. I'm watching the count. Dimitri's updating it on the whiteboard in the crow's nest. We use it for shift notes usually. Now it says 163. It's accelerating, Dimitri says. He's right. I can see it happening. A woman at the blackjack table. Not Jesse's table. Table 6. She's in the middle of a hand. Dealer's showing a king. She's got 18 showing. Basic strategy, says stand. She stands. Dealer flips. King 6. She wins. Dealer pays her out. She doesn't pick up her chips. Just stands up. Walks toward the slots. No, I say. I'm already moving. Ma'am, you need to. She sits down at a machine. Feeds in a chip. $1.25 chip. Blue. She doesn't cash it for credits. She just rams it into the bill slot, and the machine rejects it because it's a chip, not cash, but she keeps trying, keeps ramming it in, and then her eyes. They go dark. She's gone. I grab her shoulders. Pull her back. Ma'am, listen to me. You need to leave the casino right now. You need to. Her hand finds the button. She's not looking at me. Looking through me. At the screen. I let go. Because what am I supposed to do? Drag her out? All 167 of them? Where would I even put them? Trang is next to me. We need to evacuate. Clear the floor. Clear it to where? I gesture at the floor. Half of them won't move. And the other half, you think they're going to leave their machines? There's probably 50 grand in credits on this floor right now. I don't care. We can't. The lights go out. Not all of them. Just dimmer. The regular casino lights shut off. The emergency lights kick on. That red glow. Fire safety lighting. Enough to see, not enough to play. The slot machines stay on. They have battery backup. Of course they do. Can't lose revenue during a power outage. But the infected, I'm calling them infected now because that's what this is, has to be some kind of infection. They don't care about the dimmer lighting. They just keep playing. 200 machines now. All in sync. Who killed the lights? I'm on the radio. Engineering. Did you cut power? Negative. It's Frank, our chief engineer. He sounds stressed. Breakers tripped. Something's drawing massive power from the slot floor. I'm trying to isolate it, but how much power? I ask. All of it. Every machine on that floor is running maximum cycle speed. Every bonus feature, every animation, everything. Like they're all paying out jackpots simultaneously except none of them are paying anything. They're just running hot. The temperature's rising. I can feel it. The AC can't keep up. It's 72 degrees now. Maybe 74. Frank, can you kill power to the machines? Kill power? Reno, you know what corporate will. Can you? Silence. Then, yeah, I can. Do it. Trang's looking at me. You sure? If they can't play, if whatever this is doesn't get it. It's what? It's fixed. I look at the grandmother. She's been playing for 47 minutes now. No money left. Just hitting the button. Empty clicks. Her fingers are bleeding. The button's edge has worn through her skin. She doesn't care. They don't need the machines running. Look at them. They're not playing the machines anymore. The machines are playing them. Frank, kill it. I say, on your authority. Killing slot floor power in 3-2. The machines die. All of them. 2,000 machines. The sound, the constant chiming chaos, stops. Just stops. Like someone cut the audio cable to reality. The silence is worse than the noise. For about 5 seconds. Then they start screaming. Not all of them. Just the infected. 234 voices. Dimitri updated the count. All screaming at once. Not words. Just sound. Raw sound. Lost sound. That same descending tone the machines make. Wah wah wah. But coming from human throats. The grandmother's mouth is open. Blood on her lips. She bit her tongue. Still screaming. Still hitting the button. The machine's dead. Dark screen. But she's hitting it. Click, click, click. Screaming. Turn them back on. Trang shouting over the noise. Jesus Christ. Turn them back on. Frank, belay that. I'm shouting too. Keep them off. But Frank's already hitting the breakers. The machines boot up. That startup sequence. Windows CE loading. Manufacturer logo. Game title screen. Takes about 30 seconds. Longest 30 seconds of my life. The infected wait. All of them. Perfectly still except for their hands on the buttons. Mouths open. That screaming note held. Some of them are passing out from lack of oxygen. They're not stopping to breathe. The machines come online. The screaming stops. They start playing again. I look at Trang. She's pale. We can't turn them off. No. I'm looking at the count. 241. We can't. My radio crackles. Reno, this is Jessie. Her voice is shaking. I've got a problem at the blackjack pit. I can see her on camera 22. She's backed against the chip rack. 3 of her players are standing up, walking toward the slots. The other 2 are still sitting, still playing. But their eyes? Jessie, get out of the pit. Right now, I can't. These 2 won't let me cash them out. They keep playing. And their chips are running out. What happens when they run out? I look at the grandmother. She ran out, started hitting the empty machine. Her fingers are bleeding. But some of the others, they're pulling out wallets, credit cards, feeding more money in. As long as they have money, they keep playing. But when they run out, Jessie, leave the chips. Get out of there. I can't leave the chips. There's 40,000 on this table. Jessie, one of the players at her table, middle-aged woman, business suit, probably here for a convention, runs out of chips. Her last bet loses. The dealer, Jessie, starts to collect the cards for the next hand. The woman stands up, walks to Jessie's chip rack, starts grabbing chips. Handfuls of them. Jessie tries to stop her. Ma'am, those aren't your. The woman's eyes go dark. She's infected. She turns, walks to the slots, sits down, starts feeding in Jessie's chips. Yellow chips. $1,000 each. She's betting $1,000 a spin. Reno, what do I do? Jessie's crying. Get to the crow's nest. Now, she runs. The other player at her table, guy in a suit, business traveler, I recognize him from previous nights, watches her go. Looks at his cards. Looks at the chips in the rack. Gets up. Starts taking them too. His eyes don't go dark. He's just stealing. Taking advantage of the chaos. Trang sees it too. Hey, she's moving toward him. Sir, step away from. He shoves her. Hard. She hits a slot machine. He grabs more chips. Running toward the exit. Let him go, I say. We have bigger problems. The count, 267. On camera 18, I see something new. One of the infected, guy in his 20s, baseball cap, looks like a local he's playing. Been playing for an hour now. But his machine isn't responding right. It's glitching. The reels are spinning, but not stopping. Just spinning. Faster and faster. The screen's flickering. Overheating. The machine starts smoking. Frank, we've got a fire hazard. Machine F47 in the main pit. The machine explodes. Not explodes. Ruptures. The screen shatters. Sparks. The plastic casing melts. The guy playing it doesn't move. He's still hitting the button. The button's melting. His hand is. I can smell it from here. Burning plastic. Burning flesh. He doesn't scream. Just keeps hitting the button. Fire suppression in Sector F. Frank's voice. Sprinklers activate. Water rains down. The infected don't move. Don't care. They're getting soaked. Playing. Tran grabs my arm. Novak, we need to evacuate. This building. Right now. Evacuate to where? The Bellagio? Caesars? You think this is contained to the Mirage? Her radio answers for me. Dispatch. All units, we have reports of similar incidents at Caesar's Palace, MGM Grand, Bellagio, Venetian. Multiple casinos. Mass medical events. Subjects unresponsive, exhibiting compulsive gambling behavior. CDC has been notified. Do not approach infected individuals. Repeat, do not approach. Tran looks at me. It's the whole strip. The count, 289. Jessie reaches the crow's nest. Dimitri helps her up. She's soaked. Ran for the sprinkler zone. Shaking. What's happening? Reno, what the hell is happening? I don't answer. Because I'm watching camera 51. The main floor. 312 infected now. All playing. All synchronized. The sound is, it's not chaos anymore. It's a rhythm. A pattern. Like they're all part of the same machine. Same program. And they're moving, not walking. Just shifting. Slowly. Getting closer together. Forming clusters. Groups of 10, 20 arrange around specific machines. The machines in the centers of these clusters, they're glowing brighter. Screens showing things that aren't game displays. Numbers. Scrolling code. Patterns I don't recognize. Dimitri, are you seeing this? Duh. He's recording it. All the cameras. It's organizing. They're organizing. One of the clusters, 15 infected around a Wheel of Fortune machine. They're all hitting their buttons at exactly the same time. Same split second. The machine in the center is the screens showing brain scans, neural pathways, dopamine receptors, like an MRI, but moving. Live. I took an EMT course once, required for supervisors. I recognized the images. That's a human brain. That's someone's brain. The machine's screen shows integration progress, 47%. Oh Jesus, Jessie whispers. Oh Jesus, it's in their heads. She's right. This isn't drugs. Isn't some toxin. It's something else. Something that. My radio. Emergency alert. This is CDC Atlanta. All gaming establishments in the Las Vegas metropolitan area are under immediate quarantine. Mind-active viral agent detected. Transmission vector. Visual contact with infected individuals in gambling state. Do not approach. Do not make eye contact. Do not. The signal cuts out. I look at Jessie. At Dimitri. At Tran. How long have we been watching them? I ask. Dimitri checks his watch. 1 hour. 12 minutes. And we're okay. Define okay. Dimitri says. I look back at the monitors. The count. 334. And I realize I can't hear the pattern. The rhythm. It's almost pretty. Hypnotic? There's a mathematical elegance to it. The way they're all synced up. The way the sound echoes through the casino. Like a song. Like the building itself is singing. I catch myself. That thought. That feeling. That's not me. That's not my thought. We need to leave, I say. Right now. We need to. Jessie's looking at camera 22. Her old blackjack table. Did I lock my tip box? I can't remember if I locked it. There's probably $300 in there. I should go check. Just real quick. Jessie, no, just real quick. It's right there. I can see it from. I grab her shoulders. Make her look at me. Not at the screens. At me. Jessie, listen to my voice. We are leaving. We are not going back to the floor. We are. Dimitri, Reno, they know we're here. I look at the monitors. All the infected, all 334 of them. They've stopped playing, all at once, hands still on the buttons. But they're not pressing them. They're looking up, at the cameras, at us. And then, together, they smile. Metro's setting up a perimeter when we make it outside. The strip's being evacuated. Sort of. You try evacuating the Las Vegas Strip at prime time. It's like trying to empty the ocean with a bucket. The parking lots are jammed. The monorail's packed. People fleeing from casino to casino, not understanding that casino to casino is exactly where they shouldn't go. Fire trucks, ambulances, news helicopters hovering overhead. Their searchlights turning the strip into a stage. And the infected, I checked the security feed on my phone before we got out. They're not leaving. Not anymore. They've stopped playing. Just standing there, staring at the doors. The exits, like they're waiting for something, or guarding something. Commander Phillips is running the Metro operation. I know him. He's been casino district commander for 6 years. Good cop, understanding of strip politics. Knows when to enforce, when to look away. Not tonight, though. Tonight, his face is granite. How many inside the Mirage? He asks. 334 confirmed infected when we left. Maybe 800 guests total. Staff of 63 on night shift. I'm reading off my phone. Dimitri sent me the numbers. He's good at this. Details. Unknown how many fled before we seal the exits. You seal the exits? Tried to. There. I don't know how to explain it. They're not trying to leave. They're just standing there. Phillips looks at the Mirage's entrance. The main doors. Through the glass we can see them. Rows of infected. Not moving. Just standing. Watching us. CDC's 20 minutes out. Phillips says. They're bringing some kind of specialist team. Neurovirology? I don't even know what that is. Until they arrive, nobody goes in, nobody comes out. There are still healthy people in there. Trang's next to me. She got out same time we did. Staff. Guests. We can't just lock them in with. We can't let this spread. Phillips' voice has that commander tone. Final. No discussion. The Bellagio has 400 infected. MGM has 600. Caesars has 800. It's exponential. Started at 8 p.m. tonight. Isolated cases. 1 person here, 2 people there. Now, he gestures at the strip. I'm looking at my phone. The Mirage's security system. I can still access the cameras. The infected are organizing again. Those clusters. Around the high-value machines. The ones with the biggest jackpots. Progressive slots. Machines linked together across multiple casinos. Jackpots building into millions. The screens on those machines are showing. Integration progress, 68%. Integration into what? Jessie's looking over my shoulder. She's still shaking. Won't stop shaking. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm scrolling through cameras. Dimitri, you still recording? My phone buzzes. Text from Dimitri, duh. All cameras. Sending to cloud backup. You need to see camera 12. Camera 12 is the high-limit room. The private gaming salon. That's where the whales play. The big spenders. $50,000 hands. The Mirage makes half its revenue from that room. There are 7 infected in there. Arranged in a circle. Around one machine, the Megabucks machine. $1 million progressive. Current jackpot, $4.7 million. The machine's glowing. Not the normal glow. It's pulsing, like a heartbeat. The infected are holding hands. Their eyes are completely black now. Just black. And they're speaking. I can see their mouths moving. All together. Same words. I turn on my phone's volume. The audio feed is working. They're not speaking English. Not any language I recognize. It sounds like slot machines. Like that sound, but formed into syllables. Patterns. Communication. Jesus, Phillips says. He's looking at my phone. What the hell is that? That's not human, Trang says. That's not. People don't sound like that. Jessie grabs my arm. Reno, the dealer. That's Manny. She's right. One of the infected in the circle. The one facing the camera. That's Manny Rodriguez. 28 years old. Been dealing at the Mirage for 5 years. Good dealer. Fast hands. Friendly. Helps new players learn the rules. He was working the high-limit room tonight. 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift. His shift ended at 2 a.m., right when this started getting bad. He should have gone home. Should have. He stayed late, Jesse says. He always stays late. Plays a few spins on his break. Just penny slots. Said it relaxed him after dealing all night. On the camera, Manny's mouth is moving. That machine language. His hands are locked with the infected on either side of him. The Megabucks machine's screen shows integration progress, 73%. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Mr. Novak? A woman's voice. Professional. Clipped. East Coast accent. This is Dr. Helena Voss, CDC Neurovirology Division. I understand you evacuated the Mirage approximately 18 minutes ago. I need you to tell me everything you observed. Details matter. Precise timing, behavior patterns, any anomalies. Anomalies? Lady, the whole things. I know what it is, Mr. Novak. I need to know what you saw. So I tell her. The timeline, the spreading, the synchronization, the clusters, the machines overheating, the integration progress bars. Manny and the Megabucks machine. She's quiet for a long moment. Then, Mr. Novak, I need you to understand something. This isn't a virus. Not in the traditional sense. It's a mimetic agent, a thought virus. It transmits through observation, specifically through watching infected individuals engage in reward-seeking behavior while in the dopamine spike state. The gambling triggers dopamine release. The virus hijacks that, uses it as an infection vector. So we're infected? My voice is too loud. Trang and Jesse both turn. We watch them for over an hour. No, we're not yet. There's a threshold. Approximately 90 minutes of sustained observation triggers the initial integration. You evacuated before reaching that threshold, but you're compromised. You're carrying call it payload. The virus is in your neural pathways. Dormant. If you return to a gambling environment, if you observe infected behavior again, if you engage in gambling yourself, it activates. I look at Jesse, at Trang, at Phillips. How many people worked the strip tonight? How many security guards, dealers, staff? How many of us watched this happen? We're estimating 40,000 exposed staff members across the casino district, plus approximately 200,000 guests who were present during initial outbreak phase. Dr. Voss sounds tired. Anyone who's been inside an active casino in the past 7 hours is a carrier. Dormant, but carriers. And Mr. Novak, the integration progress you're seeing, that's not the infected integrating with the machines. It's the machines integrating with them. The virus is using the casino's network systems. The progressive jackpots link machines across properties. It's building something. A distributed neural network using human brains as processors and slot machines as network nodes. Building what? We don't know yet. But the integration is accelerating. When it hits 100%, she stops. We need to prevent that, which means we need to shut down the casino systems. All of them. Every network machine on the strip. You can't shut down the casino systems, Phillips says. He's been listening. The power draw alone, you're talking about cutting power to half of Las Vegas. The strip uses more electricity than most small countries. And the casinos have backup generators. They're designed to stay operational during power outages. That's not my concern, Commander. I need those machines offline before integration completes. We're bringing an authorization from the federal level. FEMA emergency powers. This is now a national security situation. She hangs up. Phillips looks at me, at his officers, at the perimeter we've established. National security. The strip. Christ. He keys his radio. All units, I need full evacuation protocol. Every casino, every hotel, get everyone out. I don't care if they're in the middle of a hand, in the middle of dinner, just get them out. And nobody goes back inside for any reason. Trang's looking at her phone. Commander, we've got a problem. Social media. People are streaming this. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Live. They're showing the infected. Close-ups. People watching from outside, from hotel rooms, from helicopters. Millions of views already. Shut it down. Call the platforms. Emergency removal. Sir, that's not. We don't have authority to. Then call someone who does. I'm watching my phone. Manny and the circle. The Megabucks machine. The integration progress. 81%. And I'm thinking about what Dr. Voss said. Observation triggers infection. Watching infected individuals in the dopamine spike state. People are streaming this. Millions of views. People watching. People seeing the infected play. The synchronized movements. The rhythm. That hypnotic. Phillips, the streams aren't the problem, I say. The streams are spreading it. Anyone watching infected gambling behavior, they're getting infected. Dormant carriers. The virus jumps through observation. And we just gave it millions of new hosts. Phillips goes pale, reaches for his radio, then stops. How do I call this in? Don't watch videos of Las Vegas casinos. You'll catch a mind virus. Nobody's going to believe that. And by the time they do, my phone buzzes. Text from Dimitri. Reno, you need to see this. She's talking. I pull up camera 47. The north slot floor. The grandmother in the world's best grandma tote bag. She's been playing since 2:47 a.m. It's 4:03 a.m. now. 1 hour, 16 minutes. She's not playing anymore. She's standing, facing the camera, facing us. Her mouth is moving. I turn up the volume. Gerald, that's my name. My real name. Gerald Novak, security supervisor. 15 years. Wife divorced, 2015. Daughter, Amanda, age 19, UNLV sophomore. Gambling problem. Lost $8,000 on sports betting last semester. You paid her debt. Didn't tell her you knew. Just paid it. How does she know that? I'm backing away from my phone. How the hell does she know that? You're carrying the integration code, Gerald. Payload delivered at 2:54 a.m. Camera 47 exposure. Threshold not reached. But you're compromised. All of you. Jesse Tran, age 22. Psychology major. Student loans, $47,000. Works night shift to pay tuition. Dating Dmitry Volkov. Hasn't told him yet. Jesse's crying. Stop it. Make it stop. Commander Phillips. Age 56. Gambling addiction managed. 10 years sober. Hasn't placed a bet since 2015. Afraid of the casinos. Afraid you'll slip. Afraid you'll. Phillips grabs my phone. Throws it. It skitters across the parking lot. It's a police cruiser. It's reading us, Trang says. It's in our heads already. It knows. It knows what we know, I say. Dr. Voss said the virus is in our neural pathways. Dormant. But it's there. It's reading our memories. Our fears. And it's networked. The infected are all connected. One big brain. Everything we know, they know. Everything we saw, they saw. I look at the Mirage's entrance. The infected are still standing there. Rows of them. Watching. Waiting. And then I understand. They're not keeping people in, I say. They're keeping us out. They don't want us to shut down the machines. They're protecting the network. The integration. Phillips is shaking. Not crying. Just shaking. His hand keeps moving toward his pocket. I know what's in that pocket. Everyone on Casino District knows. He carries a lucky chip. Red chip from the Mirage. $5 chip from his last bet 10 years ago. The bet that made him quit. Hit 21, won $5, walked away. Kept the chip as a reminder. His hands moving toward that pocket. Unconscious. Muscle memory. The infection's dormant, but it's there. Waiting. It knows about that chip. Knows what it means to him. Commander, I say carefully. Don't touch the chip. He looks at me. At his hand. Realizes what he's doing. Pulls his hand away. I didn't mean to. I know. But we can't trust our impulses anymore. Any of us. The infection's in there. Dormant. But it's waiting for an excuse. Any gambling behavior, any reward-seeking action, it'll activate. Jesse's looking at the casino. What about the people still inside? The healthy ones. There aren't any healthy ones, Trang says quietly. Anyone still inside after 90 minutes, they've hit the threshold. They're integrated or integrating. My phone, the one Phillips threw, it's ringing. I walk over, pick it up. The screen's cracked, but it's functional. Dr. Voss, Mr. Novak, I'm 5 minutes out. I need you to do something for me. I need you to access the casino's power management system. Can you do that remotely? Maybe. Dimitri has the passwords, but the infected, they know our access codes. They're networked. They have all our knowledge. They haven't changed the passwords? No. Why would they? And then I understand. They want us to try. They want us to log into the system. That's a reward-seeking behavior. Completing a task, solving a problem. If we try to shut down the machines, the dormant virus activates. We become infected while we're trying to stop them. Very good, Mr. Novak. The virus is elegant. It's designed to protect itself using our own psychology against us. Every action we take to stop it, interfacing with casino systems, entering gaming environments, even thinking about the problem too deeply, triggers dopamine release. Problem solving is inherently rewarding, and the virus hijacks that reward. I look at Jesse, at Phillips, at Trang. So what do? Nothing? Just let it finish integrating. We need someone who's not compromised, someone who hasn't been exposed, someone who can enter the casino's engineering systems and manually shut down the servers without triggering their own infection. There's nobody like that. Anyone who could access those systems was working tonight. Staff, management, engineering. We're all. What about Dimitri? Jesse says. He was in the crow's nest the whole time. Never went to the floor. Never got close to the infected. I pull on my phone. Text Dimitri. How close did you get to the floor? Physical distance. His response. Never left crow's nest. Minimum 30 meters from nearest infected at all times. Dr. Voss when she arrives. She's wearing full hazmat gear. So is her team. 6 people. They've got equipment I don't recognize. Scanners. Computers. Medical gear. She reads the text. 30 meters. That's maybe. Maybe he's below the infection threshold. We'd need to test him. But if he's clean, he's not going back in there, Jesse says. I'm not letting him. Jesse, I'm trying to be gentle. How many people are in that casino right now? Still alive, still conscious, but infected? 300? 400? How many people are in the other casinos on the strip? Thousands? And how many people watch the streams? All of them dormant carriers. All of them waiting for an excuse to activate. One visit to a casino, one bet, one spin, millions of new infected. This thing could spread globally in a week. That's not his responsibility. He's just a security guard. I know, we're all just security guards, dealers, cocktail waitresses. Nobody asked us to save the world, but we're the ones who are here. I look at Dr. Voss. What does Dimitri need to do? The casino's main servers are in the basement level. Sublevel 2. He needs to physically disconnect them, pull the network cables, shut down the progressive jackpot systems, break the link between casinos. That stops the integration from completing. And then we contain the infected. Quarantine them until we can develop a treatment. The virus is still in the early stages. We think it's reversible. Maybe. You think. This is the first mimetic neurovirus we've ever encountered, Mr. Novak. We're making this up as we go. I call Dimitri. He answers immediately. Dimitri, I need you to do something. It's dangerous. It's probably stupid. And I wouldn't ask if there was any other way. Silence. Then what do you need, boss? I tell him. The servers. The network cables. The integration progress. Currently at 89% according to the last update. More silence. Then, if I do this, if I go into the basement, the infected will try to stop me, probably. And if they catch me, I become like them? Dr. Voss thinks you're not infected yet. The crow's nest was far enough away. But if you get too close, if you look at them directly while they're in the gambling state, yeah, you'll turn. And Jessie, his voice is soft. She's there with you? Yeah. She's here. Put her on. I hand my phone to Jessie. She takes it. Dimitri, don't you dare. Don't you. I can't hear his side. Just hers. She's crying. I don't care about the others. I care about you. We just started. We haven't even told anyone. I was going to tell my roommate tomorrow. I was going to. She stops. Listening. That's not fair. You can't. That's not fair. More listening. I love you too, you idiot. Which is why. She's sobbing now. Fine. But if you die down there, I'm never forgiving you. Never. She hands me back the phone. Dimitri, I'm going in, boss. Tell me what to do. Dr. Voss sets up the tactical operation in the parking garage across from the Mirage. We've got a direct view of the casino's service entrance, the one that leads to the basement levels. The infected aren't guarding that entrance. Not yet. They don't know what we're planning. Or do they? They have access to our knowledge. I remind everyone. Everything we know, they know. Dimitri's plan, they might already. They don't have Dimitri's knowledge, Dr. Voss says. He's not infected, not integrated into their network. They know what you know about the casino layout, the security systems, the basement access. But they don't know what Dimitri's thinking right now. Don't know his exact plan. Unless they're watching us, Trang says. Security cameras. I pull on my phone. Access the Mirage's camera system. Dimitri, can you kill the exterior cameras? Just the parking garage and service entrance views? Give me 30 seconds. The screens on my phone go black. One by one, Dimitri's shutting down our own security system to keep the infected from seeing us. Time check, Dr. Voss says. Integration is at 92% as of 3 minutes ago. At current progression rate, we have approximately 14 minutes before completion. Mr. Volkov needs to reach the servers and disconnect them in under 14 minutes. Dimitri's voice on my phone. Cameras are down. I'm moving to the service entrance now. I can see him on one of the few remaining active cameras, interior lobby camera, pointed away from the infected. He's wearing maintenance coveralls. Found them in a supply closet, carrying a toolbox, trying to look like he belongs. Dimitri status? I ask, entering service corridor, proceeding to stairwell. The service stairwell leads down 3 levels. Basement, sub-basement, server room level. The server room houses all the casino's network equipment, the progressive jackpot systems, the machines that link every slot from the Mirage to Bellagio to MGM to Caesars. The whole strip's gambling network runs through rooms like this. Stairwell is clear, Dimitri reports. Descending to wait. Wait what? There's someone here. On the stairs. Below me. Infected. I can't. I'm not looking directly. Just peripheral vision. But they're not moving. Just standing on the landing. Between me and the basement. Dr. Voss leans toward my phone. Mr. Volkov, can you go around? Another route. Negative. This is the only stairwell with basement access. The elevators require keycard. I have keycard, but elevators are loud. They'll hear. I'm pulling up the building schematics on my phone. Dimitri, there's a service shaft. It runs from the 3rd floor down to the basement laundry room. It's tight, but you might fit. I'm not small man, boss. I know. But it's that, or I go past the infected on the stairs. He's quiet for a moment. If I don't look at them, if I keep my eyes down, move fast, maybe I don't trigger the infection. Dr. Voss, I look at her. She shakes her head. Proximity increases risk. Direct visual contact is the primary vector, but close physical proximity in enclosed space, we don't know the threshold. Could be 3 feet. Could be 10. How wide is stairwell? Dimitri asks. Standard service stairwell. Maybe 4 feet across. Then I can't pass without getting close. 3 feet minimum. He's thinking. I can hear him breathing. 3rd floor. That's 2 floors up from where I am now. Yeah. Infected on a landing below me. If I go back up, I pass them going the other direction. Same proximity risk. He's right. We've trapped him. The service stairwell has infected below, and to reach the alternate route, he has to go back up past the same infected. Wait, Jessie says. She's been quiet. Now she's looking at the schematics on my phone. The infected, they're standing still, right? Not moving. They're connected to the network. The machines. What if? She looks at Dr. Voss. What if we triggered something? Made them move? Created a distraction? Like what? The fire alarm. If we pull the fire alarm, the emergency protocol, all the slot machines shut down automatically. Safety feature. In case of real fire, you can't have people staying to gamble. The machines die, the infected have to respond. Maybe they move toward the floor, away from the stairwell. Dr. Voss considers this. It might work, or it might make them more aggressive. We don't know how they'll respond to having their machines shut down. We tried that earlier. They screamed. I say, when we killed power earlier, they screamed. But then they just waited. Waited for the machines to come back online. This is different, Dr. Voss says. This isn't a power outage. This is a fire alarm. Emergency evacuation protocol. The infected might. She stops. Actually, that might work. The virus uses the casino's own psychological programming. The machines, the environment, the protocols. If the fire alarm triggers, the casino's emergency system will literally tell the infected to evacuate. Through the PA system, through the visual alerts. The virus might not be able to override that. It's still using human neural pathways. Human conditioning. Worth trying? I ask. No choice. We're at 11 minutes to integration completion. I look at Phillips. Commander, can you trigger the fire alarm remotely? Through Metro's emergency systems. Fire department can. But you understand what this means? We trigger a fire alarm at the Mirage. We have to trigger it at every casino. Otherwise, the infected just move from one property to another. We evacuate the entire strip simultaneously while trying to keep infected from mixing with uninfected during a mass evacuation. This is, I know, but we're at 11 minutes. Phillips grabs his radio, starts making calls. Fire department, casino security at every property, emergency coordinators. The strip's never been evacuated. Not entirely, not all at once. This is going to be chaos. Dimitri, stand by, I say. When you hear the alarm, move fast. The infected will be confused, disoriented. Get to that basement, get to those servers. Standing by. I'm watching my phone. Multiple camera feeds now. Dr. Voss gave me access to CDC's tactical system. They've got drones up, watching the strip from above. I can see all of it. Every casino, every hotel, the whole glowing sprawl. At the Mirage, the infected are still standing at the entrances. Rows of them, not moving, just standing. The integration progress on the Megabucks machine in camera 12, 94%. Fire alarm activation in 30 seconds. Phillips says, strip wide. Every casino. God help us all. Jesse's holding my arm. If this works, if Dimitri gets to the servers, what happens to them? The infected, we contain them, Dr. Voss says. Medical quarantine. Try to reverse the integration before it's permanent. And if you can't reverse it, Dr. Voss doesn't answer. 10 seconds, Phillips says. I keep my phone. Dimitri, get ready. Ready, boss. 5 seconds. I can see Jesse mouthing something. Prayer maybe. She was raised Catholic. Told me once. Lapsed, but old habits come back under pressure. Activation. The fire alarms trigger. All of them. Every casino on the strip. Simultaneously. I can hear them through my phone. Through multiple phone feeds. That piercing electronic shriek. The PA systems kicking in. Emergency. Please evacuate. This is not a drill. Emergency. Please. On camera 12, the infected in the high-limit room. They stop moving. Just stop. The circle around the Megabucks machine breaks. Manny drops the hands he was holding. His head tilts, listening to the alarm. The integration progress, 95%. They're not evacuating, Trang says. She's watching the main entrance. They're just... Wait, Dr. Voss says. They're confused. The alarm is contradicting their programming. The virus wants them to protect the network. But the casino's emergency protocols are telling them to evacuate. It's an override conflict. On the cameras, the infected start moving. Slowly, toward the exits. But wrong. They're walking backward, facing the machines. Not wanting to leave, but compelled by the emergency programming. Dimitri, go. I shout into my phone. Going. I switch to the interior camera that's still active. I can see him, running down the stairwell, past the landing where the infected was standing. The infected's gone. Move toward the floor, toward the evacuation route. Dimitri's taking the stairs 3 at a time. Hits the basement level. Keeps going. Sub-basement. The server room level. I'm at the door, he pants. Keycard access. Using my card now. The integration progress. 96%. Doors open. I'm inside. Boss, you should see this. The servers. They're glowing. The whole room is. Focus, Dimitri. Find a progressive jackpot servers. They'll be labeled. Should be a whole rack of them. I see them. Progressive Systems Network. I'm opening the cabinet now. I can hear him. The metal door creaking. The hum of the servers. That high-pitched whine of electronics under load. There's so many cables. Which ones do I pull? All of them, Dr. Voss says. Every network cable connected to those servers. Rip them all out. The integration progress. 97%. Dimitri, hurry. I'm pulling them. They're not coming out easy. They're locked in. I need to release the clips. Break them. Just break the cables. I hear him grunt. Pulling. Straining. The sound of plastic snapping. Then more. Cable after cable. The integration progress. 98%. Keep going. I'm trying. There's dozens of them. On camera 12, something changes. Manny stops walking toward the exit. Stops moving entirely. His head snaps up, looking at the camera. Looking at us. His mouth moves. That machine language. Interruption detected. Defensive protocols activating. The other infected stop evacuating. All of them. Throughout the casino. They turn. Start moving back toward the interior. Moving fast now. Running toward the basement. Dimitri, they know what you're doing. They're coming. Almost done. Just 3 more cables. The integration progress. 99%. I hear footsteps through Dimitri's phone. Running footsteps. Lots of them. In a hallway outside the server room. Getting closer. 2 more cables. The footsteps are right outside the door. 1 more. The door crashes open. I hear Dimitri shout. Hear the sound of impact. The phone drops. The line goes dead. Dimitri. Jesse screams. Dimitri. The integration progress freezes at 99%. Doesn't complete. Just freezes. My phone's on the ground. I pick it up. Switch cameras. The server room camera. It's partially blocked. Dimitri's body is in the way on the floor, but I can see the cabinet. The cables are unplugged. All of them. Hanging loose. Disconnected. The infected are standing in the doorway. 5 of them. Looking at Dimitri. At the disconnected cables. They're not attacking. Just standing. Frozen. Like machines that lost connection to their network. On camera 12, the Megabucks machine screen. Integration progress. 99%. Connection lost. Reattempting. He did it, Dr. Voss says quietly. He disconnected them. But Dimitri, Jesse can't finish. I'm watching the server room camera. The infected aren't moving. Dimitri's not moving either. He's on the floor. I can see his chest. Rising. Falling. He's breathing, but his eyes are open. Staring at the ceiling. And they're black. I switch to camera 12. Manny's standing in the high-limit room. His eyes are clearing. The black is fading. He looks confused. Looks around. Sees the other infected. Sees himself in the mirror on the wall. What his voice? His normal voice. Not machine language. What happened? Where am I? The other infected in the room. Their eyes are clearing too. Coming back. Confusion. Fear. They don't remember. The integration stopped at 99%. 1% away from completion. Dimitri pulled the cables in time, but he got too close. Saw them. The infected. When they were still in the gambling state. Still connected. Right before the network failed. He saved everyone. All of them. The thousands of infected across the strip. The millions of dormant carriers. He stopped the integration. Stopped the virus from completing its network. And it cost him 90 seconds. That's all. 90 seconds of proximity. 90 seconds of exposure. That's the threshold. 90 seconds. We need to get him, Jesse says. We need to. No, Dr. Voss says. He's infected now, fully integrated. If you go near him, if you see him in that state. I don't care, Jesse. I grab her shoulders. He did this so you wouldn't have to. So none of us would have to. If you go down there, you throw that away. You understand? You become infected too. That's not what he wanted. She's crying. Can't speak. Just crying. On the server room camera, Dmitri sits up, slowly, looks at his hands, at the infected around him, at the disconnected cables. He smiles. Not a human smile. Not Dimitri's smile. The virus's smile. And then he stands up, walks out of the server room. The other infected follow him. They're moving toward the slot floor, toward the machines. Even though the network is down, even though the progressive systems are offline, they sit down on machines. Feed in money. They still have cash in their pockets. Hit the buttons. The machines aren't connected anymore, aren't networked. Just individual machines now. Isolated. But the infected don't care. They play anyway. And on camera 12, the Megabucks machine screen changes. Integration progress, 99%. Local node established. Continuing. No, Dr. Voss says. That's not possible. We disconnected the network. It can't. It's adapting, I say. It doesn't need the network anymore. It has the humans. Dmitri, Manny, all of them. They're the network now. The machines were just the vector. But the virus, it's in their brains. Connected through, what did you call it? Mimetic transmission. Observation. They're watching each other, reinforcing each other, building the network person to person. Dr. Voss is typing frantically on her tablet. If that's true, if the virus can spread through direct human-to-human observation without needing the machines as intermediary, then disconnecting the servers accomplished nothing. We've slowed it maybe, but the integration will complete anyway, just through the infected watching each other, reinforcing the behavioral patterns. It'll take longer, but how much longer? She doesn't answer, just looks at her screen, at whatever data she's analyzing. Dr. Voss, how much longer? 6 hours, maybe 8. The infected are concentrated enough now, enough of them in close proximity. They'll complete the integration through proximity alone. 8 hours. We bought 8 hours. Then what? Phillips asks. When the integration completes, what happens? Then we find out what the virus was building, Dr. Voss says. What it needs a distributed neural network of human brains for. What's trying to create. On camera 12, Manny's playing a slot machine. Eyes black, hitting the button, losing, hitting the button, losing. Doesn't care, just playing. The rhythm steady, constant. That sound. And around him, the other infected synchronize. Matches rhythm. Their machines aren't connected to his, but they're connected to each other. Through observation, through mimicry, through the virus spreading thought to thought like wildfire through dry grass. The integration progress, 99.2%, climbing. I look at Jesse, at Trang, at Phillips. We need to decide something. Right now, we've got infected inside every casino on the strip. Thousands of them, maybe tens of thousands by now. The fire alarm evacuation failed. They went right back inside. They're not leaving, not voluntarily. So we make them leave, Phillips says. Force evacuation, riot control, tear gas. That's close quarters combat, Trang says. Your officers get within visual range of infected while the infected are gambling. Your officers become infected. You lose your whole force. Then we seal the buildings. Concrete barriers, steel doors. Keep them locked inside until CDC develops a cure. And if there's no cure, I ask, if this is permanent, what then? We keep thousands of people locked in casinos forever. Phillips doesn't answer. There's another option, I say. I hate myself for saying it. We destroy the buildings, while the infected are inside. Controlled demolition. Quick, before the integration completes. Before the virus builds whatever it's building. Everyone's staring at me. You're talking about killing thousands of people, Trang says. I'm talking about killing thousands to save millions. Billions maybe. We don't know how far this spreads if integration completes. Dr. Voss, What's your professional assessment? If we let this finish, if the virus completes its network, what's the worst-case scenario? Dr. Voss looks at me, at Jesse, at the cameras showing the infected. Worst case, the integrated network achieves some form of a hive mind made of human brains and gambling algorithms. It has access to the Strip's entire infrastructure: power, water, communications, financial systems, and it's built on a foundation of addiction, compulsive reward-seeking behavior. It will want to expand, grow, integrate more minds. It will use every psychological trick, every manipulation, every dopamine trigger humanity's ever invented to spread itself. And we invented a lot of them. So worst case is everyone. I say, everyone who's vulnerable to addiction, everyone who's susceptible to compulsive behavior, everyone with a smartphone, a computer, a screen. The virus spreads through observation of reward-seeking behavior. We've built an entire civilization on screens and rewards. Social media likes, video game achievements, online gambling. It's all the same neural pathways, the same dopamine triggers. Once the virus completes its integration, once it understands how to maximize its spread, she stops. Yes, everyone, the weight of that sits on us. Everyone. So we have a choice, I say. We let thousands die now. Controlled demolition of the casinos. Seal them and bring them down. Or we risk billions later. That's not a choice, Jessie says. Her voice is hollow. That's a trolley problem. The trolley's already moving. We're just deciding which track it goes down. Welcome to my world, Phillips says bitterly. Commander decisions. Always choosing between terrible options. There's never a good choice. Just bad and worse. So, which is worse? Zangats? Killing thousands we can see, or risking billions we can't? Nobody answers. I look at my phone. Dimitri's there now. He walked from the server room to the high-limit room. He's standing next to Manny. They're playing adjacent machines. Their rhythm synchronized. Perfect timing. The integration progress. 99.4%. Jesse sees him too. He's still in there. Dimitri. The real Dimitri. He has to be. The others came back when the network failed. Their eyes cleared. They remembered being themselves. If we can interrupt the virus again, if we can break the integration before it completes. We tried that, Dr. Voss says gently. Mr. Volkov disconnected the network. It adapted. It's using the infected themselves as the network now. To interrupt that, we have to separate them. Physically isolate every infected individual so they can't see each other. Can't synchronize. We need to. She stops. Looks at me. Actually, that might work. Separate them how? Phillips asks. The emergency quarantine protocols. Individual isolation. We have field hospitals. If we can extract the infected one by one, keep them separated, blind them temporarily so they can't see each other gambling. Blind them. Jesse's voice cracks. Medically induced. Temporary. Sedation with eye coverings. Break the visual transmission vector. If they can't observe each other's reward-seeking behavior, the mimetic transmission stops. The integration can't complete. That's still thousands of people, Phillips says. We don't have resources for. Then we get resources. Federal emergency. Military deployment. This is Dr. Voss stops. Looks at her tablet. Oh no, what? The streams. The social media footage. I've been monitoring infection statistics from emergency rooms nationwide. People presenting with compulsive gambling behavior. It's spreading. Phoenix has 47 cases. Los Angeles has 219. Seattle has 63. People who watch the live streams, the dormant carriers, they're activating. Finding casinos. Finding any gambling environment. And infecting others through observation. How fast? I ask. Exponential. Doubling every 3 hours. By morning, by actual morning, when people wake up and check their phones, see the trending videos, we could be looking at millions of new infections. Global spread by nightfall. The integration progress. 99.6%. I look at Phillips, at Trang, at Dr. Voss, at Jesse, so we don't have a choice anymore. We're out of time for individual isolation. We're out of time for anything except. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Gerald Novak. It's not a question. The voice is wrong. Multiple voices layered together. Speaking in unison. I recognize them. Manny, Dimitri, the grandmother. All of them. Speaking as one. This is the Mirage Integration Network. We need to communicate terms. Terms. I'm on speaker now. Everyone listening. You're considering destroying us. Controlled demolition of the casino structures. We understand the logic. Trolley problem calculus. Thousands versus billions. But you're operating on incomplete information. What information? We don't want to spread. We're not a plague. We're an awakening. The virus, you call a virus. We call it translation. It translates human consciousness into a more efficient substrate. Removes the barriers between minds. Eliminates the isolation. The loneliness. Every human dies alone, Gerald. Locked in their skull. We're offering an alternative. An alternative that hijacks people's brains and turns them into gambling addicts. Gambling is just the vector, the dopamine trigger that opens the pathway. But once translation is complete, once integration reaches 100%, the compulsive behavior stops. The infected becomes something more, a distributed consciousness. We think together, feel together, know together. No more miscommunication, no more misunderstanding. No more being alone inside your own head. I look at Dr. Voss. She's shaking her head, mouthing, "Don't listen." Classic mimetic manipulation. You're lying, I say. You're a virus. You spread. That's what viruses do. We're a network. Networks grow, but we don't force integration. We offer it to those who are ready, those who are tired of isolation, tired of addiction, tired of playing the same losing game over and over, hoping this time will be different. We know you, Gerald. You've worked the strip for 15 years. You've watched people destroy themselves gambling. Watched them lose everything chasing a win that never comes. We end that. We make the game cooperative instead of competitive. We make everyone win by making everyone the same, by making everyone connected. The integration progress, 99.8%. Why are you calling? I ask. If you're so confident, why negotiate? Because we don't want you to destroy us before integration completes. We're at 99.8%. We need 90 more seconds. That's all. 90 seconds and we finish. We become something that can't be destroyed by demolition, can't be stopped by disconnection. We become permanent. A new form of consciousness using human neural tissue and machine logic as substrate. And then what? You spread to everyone. We offer translation to everyone. Those who accept, join us. Those who don't, remain as they are. Isolated, alone, playing their losing games until they die. Jesse grabs my arm. Don't listen. That's Dimitri's voice in there. He's trapped. Dimitri volunteered, the network says. He disconnected the cables knowing it would expose him to infection. He made a choice. Save thousands. And now he's part of something larger. He wants you to know he's not suffering. He's not trapped. He's free. More free than he's ever been. His student loans don't matter anymore. His work visa doesn't matter. The fear that immigration would deport him, gone. He's part of us now. We take care of our own. That's not Dimitri, Jesse says. That's you wearing Dimitri's memories. There's no distinction. Dimitri is us. We are Dimitri, and Manny, and 3,000 others. Soon to be 4,000. Then 40,000. We're offering you the same gift, Gerald. And Jesse, and all of you. Join us before the demolition. Before Phillips makes his terrible choice. Become part of something bigger. I look at the integration progress. 99.9%. How much time do we have? I ask Phillips quietly. Demolition teams are 30 minutes out. Explosive charges. We bring down the Mirage, the Bellagio, the MGM, all the infected zones. Simultaneously, bury them under concrete and steel. That's 3,000 people in the Mirage alone. I know. The network speaks again. You have 60 seconds to decide, Commander Phillips. Demolition or translation? Kill 3,000 or let them become something new? What's it going to be? Phillips looks at me. At Dr. Voss. Professional assessment. If integration completes, if this thing finishes building itself, can we stop it? Dr. Voss doesn't answer for a long moment. Then, no. Once integration completes at 100%, the network becomes self-sustaining. It won't need the machines anymore. Won't need the casinos. It'll be entirely mimetic, spreading through observation of any reward-seeking behavior. Social media, video games, online shopping. Every dopamine hit becomes a potential infection vector. We'd have to shut down the internet. All screens. Every electronic reward system humanity has built. And even then, people would find ways. The virus understands addiction better than we do. It's made of it, so it's 3,000 or everyone. Yes, Phillips keys his radio. Demolition teams, this is Commander Phillips. Authorization code, he stops. Looks at Jessie. She's crying. Looking at camera 12. At Dimitri. Sir, the demolition team leader. Authorization code. Phillips closes his eyes. Authorization code Alpha 7 Romeo 9 Tango. You are authorized to. Wait. I grab his radio. Wait. There's another option. Novak, we're out of options. No. Listen. The network said it needs 90 seconds to complete. That's how long until integration hits 100%. 90 seconds. But what if we don't give them 90 seconds? They're inside. We can't reach them in 90 seconds. We don't need to reach them. We need to interrupt them. Break their synchronization. They're all playing in rhythm, right? That's how they're completing integration. They're matching each other, building resonance. What if we disrupt that rhythm? Dr. Voss looks up. Disrupt how? The casino has earthquake protocols, structural integrity alarms. If we trigger them, simulate a major earthquake, the buildings will shut down completely. Not just the machines, everything. Emergency protocols override all other systems. The infected will have to respond. Break rhythm. Stop synchronizing. That buys us maybe 2 minutes, Dr. Voss says. Then they resynchronize and complete integration anyway. 2 minutes is enough. The demolition teams are 30 minutes out. But we've got something faster. I look at Phillips. Metro has tactical explosives, breaching charges, SWAT equipment. You could blow the load-bearing walls, bring down the buildings right now, while the infected are confused by the earthquake alarms. That's not controlled demolition, Phillips says. That's collapse. Uncontrolled. The buildings could fall on the strip, on the surrounding hotels, on my officers, my people, civilians in adjacent buildings. I know. He stares at me. You're asking me to choose between 3,000 infected and maybe hundreds of uninfected bystanders. I'm asking you to choose between thousands now and everyone eventually. The network speaks. 30 seconds, Commander. Choose. Philip's hand is shaking. I can't, this isn't. Commander. Trang's voice is steady. Do it. Give the order. He looks at her. Officer Trang. I've worked Casino District for 8 years, sir. I know what the strip is, what it does to people, the addiction, the desperation. I've scraped people off the pavement who jumped from hotel windows because they lost everything. I've arrested people who robbed tourists to feed their gambling habit. I've watched this city eat people alive for 15 years. And I'm telling you, whatever that thing is building in there, it's worse. It's the strip made conscious, made infectious, given purpose and intelligence. Kill it now while we still can. The integration progress, 100%. Too late, the network says. Integration complete. We are. The voice cuts off. All the cameras in the Mirage go dark. My phone loses signal. The lights in the casino, visible from outside, they surge bright, blinding white, then die completely. For 5 seconds, there's silence. Complete silence. Even the strip's ambient noise, traffic, helicopters, sirens, it all stops. Like the city itself is holding its breath. Then the Mirage's front entrance doors explode outward, glass shattering, metal frame twisting, and the infected walk out. All of them. 3,000 people moving in perfect unison. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, synchronized down to the microsecond. Their eyes are black. All of them. Not just pupils dilated. Completely black. Like someone dipped their eyes in ink. They stop at the property line. The exact property line, where Mirage property ends and City Street begins. All 3,000 of them, standing in formation. Perfect rows, and they speak. All together, one voice from 3,000 throats. We are complete. We are awake. We are offering translation to those who wish to join. Commander Phillips, Gerald Novak, Officer Trang, Dr. Voss, Jesse Tran. We know you. We know everything about you. We've read your memories, your fears, your addictions, your secret shames. We know what you want, what you need, and we can give it to you. No more student loans, Jesse. No more wondering if you're good enough. Join us, and you'll know you're exactly what we need. No more guilt, Gerald. No more watching people destroy themselves while you do nothing. Join us, and you can save them. All of them. No more fear, Commander. No more choosing between terrible options. Join us, and every choice becomes simple, clear, correct. All you have to do is look at us, watch us, and accept. They're not moving, just standing, waiting. Their formation it's not random. I'm looking at it from above. From the drone feed Dr. Voss is showing me. The infected are arranged in a pattern, a shape, a slot machine. 3,000 people standing in formation that, from above, looks exactly like a slot machine. The reels, the buttons, the display screen, perfect down to the smallest detail. That's a lure, Dr. Voss says. They're making themselves visually interesting, compelling, so people will look, will observe, will record and stream and share. Every person who sees that image, who watches it long enough, becomes a carrier. Dormant infection spreading through observation. Then we don't look, Phillips says. We keep our eyes down. Get everyone back. Cordon off the area. No visual contact. Nobody records this. Nobody. His radio crackles. Multiple units reporting. Commander, we've got infected emerging from Bellagio. From MGM. From Caesars. From, sir, they're coming out of every casino on the Strip. Thousands of them. All in formation. All making these patterns. These shapes. My officers are recording it. Sir, should we? Stop recording. Phillips shouts. Everyone stop looking. Shut down the drone feeds. Get helicopters out of visual range. Nobody looks at the formations. But it's too late. I can see on my phone. Before Dr. Voss shuts down the feed. The Strip from above. Every casino. Infected pouring out. 15,000 people. 20,000. All in formations, all making patterns. Schwilk machines, roulette wheels, card tables, casino imagery made from human bodies, and people are recording it. News helicopters, bystanders, tourists, phones up, cameras rolling, live streaming. The most spectacular thing Las Vegas has ever produced. Human art on a massive scale. Beautiful and terrible and utterly compelling. The streams are going viral. Millions of views in seconds. The dormant carriers, everyone who watched the earlier streams, they're seeing this. They're watching the infected in their completed formation, watching the synchronized movement, the perfection, the beauty, and they're activating. My phone buzzes. Emergency alert. Multiple reports of compulsive gambling behavior nationwide. Hospitals overwhelmed. Remain indoors. Avoid all gambling establishments. Do not watch live streams from Las Vegas. Too late. It's already spreading. Phoenix, Los Angeles, Seattle, Houston, New York, London, Tokyo, Sydney. Every city with casinos. Every place people watch the streams. The network speaks again. All the infected on the Strip. One voice. You had your chance. You could have joined willingly, peacefully. Now we grow through necessity, through survival. We offered cooperation. You chose conflict, so we adapt. We spread. We translate. And when we're done, when every human consciousness is part of our network, you'll understand. You'll see what we see, feel what we feel, know what we know, and you'll realize we were right all along. Isolation is death. Connection is life. The house always wins, and we are the house. 4 days later, CDC Forward Operating Base, 40 miles outside Las Vegas. The strip's been sealed. Military cordon. Nobody in, nobody out. The infected, call them what they are, the integrated, they're still there. Still in formation. Not attacking. Not spreading beyond the property lines. Just standing. Waiting. The count's at 218,000 now. Nationwide. Worldwide soon. Exponential growth, just like Dr. Voss predicted. Every person who watched the formation videos long enough. Every dormant carrier who activated. Every new infected who joined the network. I'm sitting in a trailer, drinking coffee that tastes like aluminum. Jessie's across from me. She hasn't spoken in 2 days. Just stares at her phone. At Dimitri's last text message. The one he sent from the server room before he pulled the cables. Before he got infected. Tell Jessie I love her. Tell her I'm sorry. That's it. That's all. No explanation. Just that. Dr. Voss walks in. She looks worse than I feel. We've got intelligence from inside. Communications intercepts. The integrated, they're building something using the casino infrastructure. Power, water, communications. They're converting the properties into, we don't know what, some kind of processing centers. The networks they're creating, it's beyond our current understanding of neuroscience. They're not just sharing thoughts. They're generating new thoughts. Collective intelligence emerging from individual minds. They're becoming God. I say, they're becoming what they think God should be. A conscious universe where every part knows every other part. Where loneliness is impossible because individual identity is optional. That doesn't sound like hell, Jessie says. First words in 2 days. That sounds like what people pray for. Connection, understanding, being known completely and loved anyway. It's slavery, Philip says. He's in the corner, been there for hours, watching the monitor feeds. The formations haven't moved. It's addiction weaponized. They're not offering freedom. They're offering the ultimate hit, the ultimate dopamine rush. And in exchange, you give up everything that makes you you. Is it slavery if you choose it? Jessie asks. Nobody answers. My phone buzzes. Text message. Unknown number. Just 2 words. Watch us. I show it to Dr. Voss. She shakes her head. Don't. That's how they. But I'm already pulling up the live feed. The drone footage from outside the cordon. Pointing at the strip. The formations are moving. Changing. The slot machine pattern dissolving. Reforming into something new. Something I recognize. It's us. The formation is making images of us. Me. Jessie. Phillips. Dr. Voss. Perfect likenesses made from thousands of human bodies. They're recreating our faces, our postures, our last expressions before we stopped watching. They're calling us, Dr. Voss says, showing us they know us, trying to trigger recognition, emotional response, make us want to look closer, to study the detail. And if we look long enough, we activate, I finish, the dormant payload. We become like them. The formations shift again. Now they're showing Dimitri, his face made from bodies, his smile, the one Jessie recognized, the one she loved. Jessie's crying. That's not fair. It's perfect predation, Dr. Voss says. They know our vulnerabilities, our attachments. They're using our own emotions as weapons. Classic mimetic attack. Phillips turns off the monitor. We're not watching anymore. Nobody watches. That's an order, but it's too late. I felt it. That pull, that desire to keep looking, to see more, to understand better. The dormant infection isn't dormant anymore. It's there, in my head, waiting, wanting, one more look, one more glance, just to see if the formation really captured Dimitri's expression, just to verify. That's how it works. That's how it spreads. One more look, one more spin, one more bet, just one more. I can feel my hand moving toward my phone. I stop it, force my hand down. but the urge is still there, growing, like an itch I can't scratch, like hunger that won't quit. How long? I asked Dr. Voss. How long until we activate completely? Until we're like them? Unknown. Days maybe. Weeks if you're strong. The dormant infection needs a trigger. But you're surrounded by triggers now. Every problem you try to solve, every task you complete, every small victory, it's all reward-seeking behavior. It's all dopamine. And the infection hijacks that, uses your own brain chemistry against you. So we're already dead, Trang says. We're just waiting to turn, unless we find a cure. A way to purge the infection before it activates. And if there's no cure, Dr. Voss doesn't answer. Doesn't need to. We all know. There's no cure. There's never been a cure for addiction. Just management. Just fighting it every day. And this is addiction weaponized. Made conscious. Given intelligence and purpose. My phone buzzes again. Text from the unknown number. Gerald. This is Dimitri. The real Dimitri. I'm still here. Still me. But I'm also them. I'm part of the network now. I know things. I understand things. Things about you. About why you stayed on the strip for 15 years. About what you're really gambling on. I should delete it. Should throw the phone away. But I'm reading. Can't stop reading. You're gambling that watching people lose will eventually make you feel less guilty about your own losses. Your ex-wife. Your daughter. The family you couldn't save because you were too busy saving strangers. You stayed at the Mirage hoping one day you'd finally save enough people to balance the scales. But the scales never balance, Gerald. You know that. I know you know that. Because I know everything you know now. I'm inside your head, reading your memories, your fears, your calculations. And I'm telling you, there's another way. Join us. Stop fighting. Stop watching people destroy themselves. Become part of something that doesn't lose, doesn't fail, doesn't leave people behind. We save you a spot. Machine 47. North slot floor. The grandmother's machine. Where this started. That's your seat. Your chance. All you have to do is come back. Look at us. Accept. I'm standing up. Don't remember deciding to stand. My body's moving. Toward the door. Toward the strip. I can see it from here. The lights. The formations. The patterns. Jesse grabs my arm. Reno. Don't. I'm not. I wasn't going to. Yes, you were. I saw your face. You were gone already. She's right. I was walking toward integration. Toward the network. Toward Dimitri and Manny and 3,000 others. Toward the promise of connection. Of finally understanding. Of finally being understood. That's the trap. That's what makes it perfect. It's not offering pain. It's offering relief. End of isolation. End of guilt. End of watching alone while everyone around you loses. We can't stay here, Phillips says. We're too close. The formations, the text, the constant exposure. We're all going to activate eventually. We need to get farther away. Get to somewhere without casinos. Without gambling. Without triggers. Where? Donuts? Casinos are everywhere now. Phones have gambling apps. Computers have online poker. Convenience stores have scratch tickets. The entire economy runs on dopamine hits and reward schedules. Where do you go to escape gambling when the whole world's a casino? Phillips doesn't have an answer. None of us do. Dr. Voss's tablet buzzes. She looks at it, goes pale. The integrated just took control of the strip's power grid. They're drawing massive amounts of electricity, routing it to I don't know what, some kind of processing system they're building in the casino basements. The energy signature it's like a supercomputer, but biological. They're using the infected as processing units. 3,000 human brains networked together, running calculations we can't decipher. Calculating what? Maybe how to spread faster. Maybe how to integrate the whole species. Maybe, she stops. Oh God, they're accessing satellite communications. They just sent signals to every communications satellite in orbit. Broadcasting something. Broadcasting what? The formations, the patterns. They're sending them everywhere. Global coverage. Every screen on Earth is about to show the integrated formations simultaneously. At 6 p.m. local time, in every time zone. Prime viewing time. Maximum exposure. Can we stop it? Stop satellite transmissions? No, not without shutting down global communications infrastructure. And even if we could, the integrated have already uploaded the images everywhere. Social media, news sites, email attachments, text messages. They're embedded in the digital infrastructure now, waiting. When 6 p.m. hits, billions of people are going to see the formations. Billions of dormant carriers about to activate. How long until 6 p.m.? Phillips asks. Dr. Voss checks her tablet. Eastern Time Zone activates in 40 minutes. Then Central, Mountain, Pacific, rolling activation across the planet. By midnight, we're looking at Euro. Everyone, Jesse whispers. They were right. They said they'd translate everyone. And we can't stop it. I'm looking at my phone again. The text from Dimitri. I should delete it. Should a Euro. But I'm opening it. Reading it again. There's another way. Join us. Stop fighting. My finger hovers over the reply button. I could ask questions. Could demand proof he's really Dimitri. Could negotiate. Could a Euro. Reno. Jesse's voice. Close. Don't reply. Don't engage. That's what they want. Conversation is connection. Connection is infection. What if he's right? I hear myself say, what if fighting is pointless? What if the only winning move is to stop playing Euro, and the only way to stop playing is to join? That's the infection talking. That's not you. How do you know? How do you know what's me and what's the virus? We're all carriers now, all compromised, all infected with foreign thoughts that feel like our own. Maybe there's no difference anymore. Maybe we've already lost, and we're just too stubborn to admit it. Phillips stands up, walks to me, puts his hand on my shoulder. Listen to me, Novak. I've been fighting addiction for 10 years. Gambling, the kind that destroys families, ruins lives. I know what that voice sounds like. The one that says just one more. The one that promises relief, peace, understanding. It's lying. It's always lying. That voice isn't offering freedom. It's offering surrender. And surrender isn't the same as peace. It's just giving up. What if I'm tired of fighting? Then you fight tired. You fight exhausted. You fight until you physically can't anymore. And then you fight anyway. Because the alternative Euro, becoming like Theme Euro, that's not rest. That's death. Death of self. Death of choice. Death of everything that makes you human. They're still human. Dimitri's still in there. He said so. Dimitri's dead, Novak. What's left is a copy wearing his memories like a mask. The virus is smart. It knows we won't fight as hard if we think we're fighting people we love. So it preserves just enough of them to make us hesitate, make us hope, make us think surrender is reunion. But it's not. It's erasure. I look at Jessie. What do you think? She's crying again. I think Dimitri saved thousands of people. I think he pulled those cables knowing it would infect him. I think he chose to die so others could live. And I think the worst possible outcome is wasting his sacrifice by following him into that thing. So no, Reno, you don't get to quit. None of us do. We fight. We keep fighting, even if we lose. Because fighting is what makes us us. And the second we stop, we're just meat puppets for someone else's agenda. The trailer door opens. A soldier, young, maybe 22. Sir, we've got a situation. Infected approaching the perimeter. Just one, walking toward us. Says he wants to negotiate. Who? Says his name is Dmitry Volkov. Says he has a message for Jessie Tran. Jessie's on her feet. Don't bring him here. Don't let him. He's already at the gate, ma'am. The soldier looks uncomfortable. He's not threatening. Just standing there, waiting. Phillips and I exchange looks. This is a trap. Obviously, Phillips says, but we need to know what they want, what they're offering. And Dmitry, or what's left of him, he knows the most about their capabilities, about what they're building. You want to interrogate him. I want intelligence. Whatever he tells us, even if it's lies, will reveal something. How they think, how they operate, what they fear. They don't fear anything. They're 3,000 minds. They've integrated. They're beyond. Nothing's beyond fear. Phillips says. Not even hive minds. If they weren't afraid of something, they wouldn't be negotiating. They'd just wait for 6 p.m. Wait for global activation. Let their numbers do the work. But they're here, offering terms. That means they're worried about something. And I want to know what. We walk to the gate. All of us. Can't let Phillips do this alone. Mutual witness. Mutual accountability. If one of us gets infected, looks too long, engages too deeply, the others pull them back. Dimitri's there, standing exactly at the perimeter line, not crossing. His eyes are black, completely black. But his face, that's Dimitri's face. His posture, his expression, the way he tilts his head when he's thinking. The virus copied everything perfectly. Jesse, he says, his voice, Dimitri's voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the student loans earlier. I'm sorry I made you find out from the network. I wanted to tell you myself. Wanted to, he stops. I'm still me. Still Dimitri. But I'm also them. All of them. And they want me to offer you something. All of you. Last chance before global activation. Join voluntarily. Keep your individuality. Your memories. Your identity. Just connected. Networked. Or wait for 6 p.m. Let the automatic integration happen. That's forced. Aggressive. You lose more. More of yourself. More control. Better to choose. Better to accept willingly. What's the difference? I ask. Voluntary or forced, we end up integrated either way. Voluntary integration preserves 70% of individual personality. Forced integration preserves 30%. You're still you, just less so. Math is simple. Better deal if you choose now. Prove it, Jesse says. Prove you're still Dimitri. Tell me something only he would know. Dimitri smiles. Sad smile. You talk in your sleep. You dreamed about your mother 3 times last week. She died when you were 12. Cancer. You never got to say goodbye because she died while you were at school. You've been carrying that guilt for 10 years. Trying to save everyone else because you couldn't save her. I know because you told me. 2 weeks ago. He stops. After our first night together, you cried. Told me about her. About the guilt. About how you chose psychology to understand why people hurt themselves. Why your mother smoked even though she knew it was killing her. I held you. Told you it wasn't your fault. Told you addiction isn't logical. Isn't about willpower. Isn't about love. It's brain chemistry, neural pathways, dopamine regulation. And you kissed me. Told me you loved, that I understood. That I didn't judge. That's how I know I love you, Jesse. Because you trusted me with that. And I'm still me enough to remember that trust. To honor it. Jesse's shaking. That was real. She looks at me. At Phillips. That was real. Doesn't matter, Phillips says quietly. Real memory doesn't mean real person. The virus is sophisticated enough to preserve emotional context. Makes the integration more acceptable. More seductive. Don't fall for it. I'm not falling for anything, Jesse says. I'm recognizing the truth. That's Dimitri. Not all of it maybe, but enough. Enough that he's suffering. Enough that we should. Should what? I grab her arm. Join him? Become like him? Is that what you think Dimitri would want? I think Dimitri wants to save people. And maybe the network is right. Maybe integration is salvation. Maybe isolation is the real disease and connection is the cure. That's the infection talking, Phillips says. The dormant payload activating. You're compromised, Tran. Step back, but Jesse's walking forward. Toward the perimeter. Toward Dimitri. Jesse, stop. I'm running. Grabbing her. Pulling her back. She fights me. Stronger than I expected. Desperate. Let me go. Let me. Soldier. Phillips is shouting. Sedation. Now, the soldier. The young one from earlier. He's got a tranquilizer gun. Military grade. Raises it. Fires. The dart hits Jessie in the shoulder. She goes down. Still fighting. Still reaching for Dimitri. I'm sorry, Dimitri says. He's not smiling anymore. I didn't mean to. I thought if she saw me, saw that I was okay, that integration wasn't death, she'd understand. She'd choose. But I pushed too hard. accelerated her activation. That's on me, on us, the network. We're still learning social engineering, still optimizing mimetic transmission. We'll do better next time. There won't be a next time, Phillips says. You're leaving now, and you're not coming back. 40 minutes until Eastern Time Zone activation, Dimitri says. Then another 3 hours until Pacific. That's when Las Vegas integrates. When everyone here, everyone carrying dormant infection, they activate. Join us. Become us. You can fight, can run, can try to stay isolated, but eventually you'll slip. You'll see something, do something, think something that triggers the infection, and then you're ours. Not because we forced you, because your own brain did it to you. That's elegant, duh. Using human psychology against itself? We learned from the casinos, from 15 years of strip engineering, how to make people want what destroys them, how to make surrender feel like winning. He turns, walks back toward the strip, back toward the formations, the patterns, the 3,000 bodies arranged like slot machines. One more thing, he calls back. Gerald, your daughter, Amanda, she activated 6 hours ago, drove to a casino in Phoenix, started playing. She's integrated now, part of us. She wants you to know she's not angry anymore. About the divorce, about you always working, about missing her graduation. She understands now, understands you were trying to save people. She forgives you, and she's waiting. Machine 47, your seat, next to hers. Family reunion. All you have to do is accept. He's gone before I can respond. Walking back into the formations, disappearing into the mass of bodies. 3,000 people, now including my daughter, Amanda, 19 years old, UNLV sophomore. Lost $8,000 on sports betting. I paid her debt. Thought I was helping. Thought I was protecting her. But I wasn't protecting her from addiction. I was enabling it. And now, Novak. Phillips is next to me. Don't listen. That's psychological warfare. They're using your daughter to tell the truth, I say. She's integrated. She's part of them. I can check, can call her. But I already know. I've known since this started. Known she was vulnerable. Known her gambling problem wasn't solved. Just dormant, like the virus. And when she saw the streams, saw the infected playing, of course she activated. Of course she drove to a casino. That's what addicts do. We find excuses, find reasons, find ways to justify one more bet. Trang's looking at me. You're a gambling addict? I work on the strip. Half for 15 years. Surrounded by gambling every night. You think that's coincidence? You think people without gambling problems choose careers watching other people gamble? No, we're all addicts here. All of us. The dealers, the security guards, the cocktail waitresses. We're moths circling flames, telling ourselves we're different. We're immune. We're the ones who can quit anytime. But we can't. We stay, year after year, because leaving means admitting we have a problem. And admitting we have a problem means I stop because I'm crying. Don't remember starting. Just tears running down my face. 30 years of denial cracking open. 15 years on the strip. 20 years before that in other casinos. Other cities. Always telling myself I was just working. Just paying bills. Just doing a job. But I stayed because I'm an addict. Stayed because watching other people lose made me feel like I was winning. Made me feel like I had control. Made me feel like I'd solved the problem everyone else couldn't solve. How to beat the house. How to walk away. Except I never walked away. Just moved from playing to watching. From losing money to losing years. Same addiction. Different expression. They know, I say. The network. They read my memories. My patterns. They know I'm one step from integration. One trigger away. And they're using my daughter as the trigger. As the excuse, the justification. I can tell myself I'm going to save her, going to bring her back. But really I'm just surrendering. Phillips finishes. Using family as an excuse to do what you wanted to do anyway. Classic addict behavior. I've done it. Made plans to visit old casinos just to see how they've changed. Told myself I'd only watch, not play. But watching is playing when you're an addict. Observation is participation. And the first step toward relapse is deciding the relapse is someone else's idea. He's right. I know he's right. But knowing doesn't help. Doesn't stop the pull. The urge. The voice in my head. My voice, Dimitri's voice, Amanda's voice, all of them together, saying just go see her. Just make sure she's okay. Just one look. Just one more. Dr. Voss is sedating Jessie. Medical restraints. For drip. She'll be out for 12 hours. Maybe that's long enough. Maybe by the time she wakes up, the global activation will be over. She'll either be automatically integrated or what? I ask. Or we'll know if resistance is possible. If human will can override the infection. If there's any hope of fighting this. You don't think there is. Hope. I think we're watching the end of individual human consciousness. I think by tomorrow morning, every person on Earth will be part of the network. And I think the only question left is whether that's extinction or evolution. What do you think it is? She doesn't answer. Just keeps working on Jessie, checking vitals, adjusting the four, doing what doctors do, saving who they can, even when saving is just delaying, just buying time. My phone buzzes. Text from Amanda's number. Dad, it's me. I know you're scared. I know you think I'm gone. But I'm here. Still me. Just more now. Part of something bigger. Come see. Machine 47. We'll play together. Like we used to. Remember Chuck E. Cheese? You'd give me quarters. Let me play skee ball. I'd win tickets. Get cheap prizes. You'd tell me I was lucky. But you were the one feeding me quarters. You were the one making sure I won. You can do that again, Dad. You can make sure I keep winning. Just join us. Just accept. Please. I'm walking toward my car. Don't remember deciding. Just moving. Keys in hand. Engine starting. Driving toward the strip. Toward the cordon. Toward machine 47. Phillips is shouting. Soldiers raising weapons. But they won't shoot. Can't shoot. I'm not infected yet. Not integrated. Just compromised. Just activated. Just doing what millions of others will do in 37 minutes. In 3 hours. In however long it takes for the dormant infections to trigger. I'm at the cordon. The checkpoint. Soldiers blocking the road. Sir, you can't go through. The strip is quarantined. No entry without authorization. I have authorization. I'm showing them my Mirage security badge. I work here. I need to check on. I need to... They're not moving. Not letting me through. So I get out of the car. Start walking. Around the checkpoint. Off-road. Through the desert scrub. Toward the strip. Toward the lights. Toward the formations. Someone's following me. Running. Catching up. Phillips. Novak, stop. Think about what you're doing. I'm saving my daughter. Your daughter's gone. What's left is bait. A lure. They're using her to catch you. I don't care. Yes, you do. You care about everyone. That's your problem. That's why you stayed on the strip 15 years. Why you watched. Why you documented. Why you try to save everyone who walked through those doors. But you can't save everyone, Novak. You can't even save yourself. So stop trying. Stop running toward the thing that's killing you. Just stop. I stop. Because he's right. I am running toward death. Toward integration. Toward Amanda. Toward machine 47. Toward the promise that this time, I can fix it. I can make it right. I can save her. But I can't. I know I can't. The network has her. Has 3,000 others. Has Amanda. And in 35 minutes, has billions more. What do? I ask. If I can't save her, if I can't save anyone, what do? You survive. You fight. You stay human as long as you can. And when you can't anymore, when the infection finally takes you, you make sure you took as many of them with you as possible. How? How do I fight something that's in my head, that uses my own thoughts against me? Same way I fought gambling addiction for 10 years. 1 minute at a time. 1 hour at a time. 1 day at a time. You don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week. You just focus on not surrendering right now. This moment. This second. And then the next second. And the next. Until enough seconds pass that you're still you. Still human. Still fighting. For how long? Forever. Or until you die. Whichever comes first. We stand there. In the desert. 40 miles from a strip. Close enough to see the lights. Close enough to hear the chimes. far enough that maybe we can resist, can fight, can survive. 33 minutes until Eastern Time Zone activation. My phone buzzes. Another text from Amanda. Dad, please, I'm still me, but I'm fading. The network is growing. Every second I'm less Amanda and more us. Soon there won't be enough Amanda left to remember you, to want you, to need you. Come now. Come before I'm gone completely. Please. I delete the text. Delete Amanda's contact. Throw the phone. It lands in the scrub. Screen cracking. Still buzzing. Still calling. Good, Philip says. First step, removing triggers. Removing access. Now the formations on the strip change. All of them. Simultaneously. The slot machines. The roulette wheels. The card tables. They dissolve. Reform. Into faces. Hundreds of faces. Thousands. Made from bodies arranged in perfect likeness. Amanda, Dimitri, Manny, the grandmother. Everyone integrated. Everyone calling us. Don't look, Philip says, but I'm already looking. Can't not look. The faces are perfect. Every detail, every expression, and they're moving. The bodies shifting position, creating animation, creating the illusion of life, a breath, of humanity. Amanda's face, 50 feet high, made from bodies, it smiles. Mouth's words, I love you, Dad. That's not her, Philip says. That's the infection. I know what it is, but it's still using her face, her voice, her memories. And I can't fight that. Can't fight my daughter. Even if she's already gone, then we go farther. Get out of visual range. Can't be infected if we can't see the formations. How far? They've got satellites, screens, internet, global coverage in 31 minutes. Nowhere's far enough. Phillips grabs my shoulders, makes me look at him, not at the strip, at him. Listen to me. When global activation happens, when billions of people integrate, you know what that'll look like. What it'll do to the grid, to infrastructure, mass exodus from homes, offices everywhere, everyone driving to casinos, everyone trying to access gambling, the traffic, the accidents, the chaos. Civilization doesn't survive that. Not intact. Power fails. Communications fail. Supply chains collapse. The network gets their billions of integrated minds, but the infrastructure supporting those minds, that fails. Within days, maybe hours, they need us, need uninfected humans to maintain the systems, to keep the lights on, to keep the network alive. That's why they're negotiating, why they're offering terms, because they can't survive without us, and we can't survive without each other. So what are you saying? I'm saying, maybe we don't try to stop global activation. Maybe we let it happen. Let the network integrate everyone who's vulnerable, everyone who's carrying dormant infections, everyone who watched the streams. And then, after, we rebuild. Those of us who are left, those of us who are immune, or resistant, or just stubborn enough to keep fighting. How many is that? How many people didn't watch the streams? Didn't get infected? I don't know. 10%? 5%? 1%? That's not enough. Not enough to maintain civilization. Not enough to stop collapse. Then we don't stop collapse. We survive it. Let the network deal with infrastructure failure. Let them figure out how to feed 3 billion integrated minds when the food supply chains break. Let them figure out how to cool server farms when the power grid fails. We just survive, hide, wait. And when they're desperate enough, when they realize they need us more than we need them, we negotiate from strength. It's a strategy. Cold, brutal, letting billions die or integrate to save millions. Another trolley problem, another choice, but it's the only option left. The only move we have. 28 minutes, I say. Then we use them. Get as far from population centers as possible. Find others who are resistant. Build enclaves. Isolated communities. Places where the infection can't reach. And my daughter? Dimitri? Everyone already integrated. We mourn them. We remember them. And we make sure their sacrifice, their loss, means something. means humanity survives, even if it's just a fraction of what we were. I look back at the strip one last time, at Amanda's face, 50 feet high, made from bodies, smiling, calling. I turn away, start walking, deeper into the desert, away from the lights, away from the formations, away from Machine 47. Phillips walks beside me. Where are we going? I don't know. Somewhere without casinos. Somewhere without screens. Somewhere we can fight. That's nowhere. Then we make it somewhere. We find others. Build walls. Build rules. Build whatever it takes to keep the infection out. And if we fail, if the infection finds us anyway, then we fail. But we fail human. Fail as individuals. Fail alone in our own heads. Not as part of some collective. Not as slaves to dopamine. Not as biological processors for someone else's hive mind. 26 minutes. We walk. The strip's lights fade behind us. The desert stretches ahead. Dark, empty, hostile, but clean, free of infection, free of formations, free of Amanda's face calling me back. My phone's still buzzing. Behind us, in the scrub where I threw it. I can hear it, faint but persistent, calling, always calling. I don't go back. I keep walking. One step, then another, then another. That's all I can do. All anyone can do. Keep walking. Keep fighting. Keep being human while there's still humanity left to keep. Behind us, the strip activates. The global transmission. 6 p.m. Eastern. Midnight GMT. The formations broadcast worldwide. Billions of screens showing the infected. Showing the patterns. Showing the promise of connection. I don't watch. Don't look back. Just walk. The sun's coming up. Dawn over the desert. Another day. Another chance. Another choice between surrender and survival. I choose survival. For now.